Welcome back to my channel, friends. It's Sonia here, and I'm right now flaunting this box. So this is one of the boxes which I did recently. So it was a cardboard box on which I have done a decoupage and mixed media project, and this looks absolutely gorgeous. Now here I am deciding my decoupage napkin, which one to choose for a mixed media and decoupage frame which we are going to create today. Now this is going to be a very exciting project which I absolutely loved, and this is one of the napkin which I have decided with the cute little birds. I have been eyeing on this napkin since long, but I was not sure where to use it and how to use it, and these are so pretty that I wanted to create something really beautiful. Now this is the frame on which I will be working on, and first I'm applying a coat of gesso. Now these are the frames which I had got long time back, and if you see there are some textures, some designs on the sides. So I had actually tried to do some nice paste work on this, and but I never ever completed that one. I really liked it, so I kept it as it is, but it's been so long and I thought I should give it a makeover and use it for my home decor. Now I'm applying a coat of gesso on my complete project with a flat brush, and I'll make sure that I cover it up completely. Why do we apply gesso? We apply gesso so that we prep up our base. Now when we say prepping up our base, that means whenever we do decoupage or mixed media work, we use varieties of supplies like acrylic paints, chalk paints, shimmer sprays, texture paste, modeling paste, and whatnot. And if you are doing your decoupage work, you are going to have your napkin, decoupage, glue, varnish, and everything. So for our base to absorb that and to have it on it for a longer time, you need to prep up your base so that it sticks to your project really well. Now here I am using a heat gun to dry this up, and in this project you will be seeing me using heat gun a lot. Now this is one of my really favorite stencils, and I absolutely love this one. Now here I am using my DIY texture paste. The link is already up there on my channel to make your own DIY texture paste, your modeling paste, your gesso, your chalk paint. So there's nothing which you cannot make of your own. Of course you need to work out a little more and you can create all these supplies of your own. Now here I will be using this stencil on my complete panel, and I will be covering some of my frame. Now my modeling paste here which I am using right now is a little thick, and I did not want it to thinner this one because I wanted to have some really nice 3D effect on this. So yes, I'm using my stencil, but I wanted to have some natural rustic look to it. So as you have seen my napkin, it has some beautiful flowers and birds there on it. So of course the nature is not the simple one. It has so many textures and colors, and I want to have this frame to have all the beautiful shades and colors on it. Now again I'm using my heat gun to dry this up. It's time to tear off our napkin, and for this I'm using my paintbrush, and I'll be dipping that in water and make a mark, and then I'll trim it off. If you want, and if you are really good in fuzzy cutting work, you can do that also. But I like this process a lot because this is like a natural process of tearing off your napkin, and this gives a very natural look to your projects. This is very simple. Just dip your brush in the water and you make a margin on the designs, and then you trim it off. Please do not throw the leftover napkins. I always keep them and I always use them on my projects here and there. Now you must be seeing me that I am tearing off my napkin, and then I'm trying to align it on my frame and see that how does it work. So initially when I was doing the trimming work, I had planned off something else with the same napkin, but after my trimming off, I decided to use it on the top and the bottom and have it. So this is how I'm planning to have my napkins, and I just thought that this extra part should be removed. So I'm removing this one. If you want, you can have this. It completely depends on your choice that how you want the look and feel of your napkin. Removing the plies is really important whenever you use decoupage napkins. Generally they have 2 plies, so please do remove that before starting your decoupage process. Now here I am using my DIY decoupage glue and I will be sticking my napkin. Again, I would just like to remind you that all these videos like how to make your DIY modeling paste, decoupage glue, texture paste, gesso and chalk paints are there on my channel. You can check that. I'll also post the link down below in the description box. Now applying a very thick coat of decoupage glue is something which I'm doing in this project because it has so many textures that I was not really sure that how thin I should apply. So I thought having a thicker one will not going to harm me in any way. So now with a flat brush, I'm just trying to cover up the edges of my board and stick this one, and use a flat brush or you can even use a plastic sheet and stick your napkins carefully. You have to be really careful when you are sticking your napkins. Of course, if I'm working on a texture and I'm sticking my napkin on it, it is going to have some or the other wrinkles and some lines on my napkin, but then that's absolutely fine because we are going to do mixed media work on it, and it will make sure that none of those lines are visible or are like looking very odd prominently. Now I am sticking up all the extra napkins on the sides. If you want, you can trim it off. It's completely your choice. Usually like just bending your napkins and then sticking on the sides is absolutely normal, and I feel that they look really gorgeous. Now once my napkin has dried out, it's time to seal this up. Why I need to seal this up? Because I am going to use some nice other mediums on it and I don't want my napkin to get ruined. So that's the reason I'm applying a coat of varnish, a generous amount of varnish here, and I will make sure that I dry this up completely so that we can move on to the next step. I am using heat gun. If you want, you can let it dry naturally. It will take some more time, but then that's absolutely fine. Playing around with the colors is something really exciting when we do decoupage and mixed media work. Now here I have chosen 2-3 shades of my chalk paints and I'm trying to blend in all the colors beautifully. So I will be having 2 colors at a time and I will be just blending those colors. Now when we are doing blending technique, usually how I do it is that I keep my water really handy, I keep my colors really handy, and first I use one color, then I use my second color, and I keep on blending that. You can always choose the proportion of your colors as per your project, as per your color theme, and as per your detailing what you want in your project. Keeping a water little handy really helps. If you want to avoid water, you can do that absolutely. Now here in this one, I'm using my chalk paints, but if you want, you can use your acrylic paints, shimmer paints, watercolors. All of them are going to work perfectly for your mixed media and your decoupage projects. How to choose the colors when we are doing color blending? So you should always choose the colors which is either very similar to it or very contrast to it. How to do the contrast coloring is something which I will be doing very soon. I have already done a video, I just need to post it and I'll try to post that really soon. Now in this project I have tried to pick up all the shades which is there on my napkin, the peach color, the light blue color, and I'm just trying to blend this really well, and of course I'm adding water here and there wherever it is required. I personally feel that when we are doing this kind of color blending, it's always good to have a round brush, which I'm using right now. When you are doing a color blending work on the glass bottle or something, the sponge daubers are something which I absolutely love. If you check my previous videos where I have done color blending work on the glass bottles, I have used sponge dauber and they look perfectly beautiful. Now I'm covering up the edges of this frame with the same color, the remaining colors. It is a little lighter and this is how I wanted it. Please do not forget to cover up the sides of your project whenever you are creating something. That's really important. Covering up the sides make your project looks much more beautiful when it is seen from the sides or from any other direction other than the front. So that is one of the very important tip which you should always keep in mind if you are working on any of the frames, wall clock or any piece of art. Make sure if it has the side borders, color them, treat them same as your projects. It's time to add some pink shades to it. So in my napkin I had some really nice pink flowers. I don't have the exact pink color and I don't want to highlight more of flowers. I want to highlight my birds a little more and whatever the mixed media work I'm going to do. So here I've just taken another shade of pink and I'm just dabbing it with my brush. This is giving a complete watercolor and a nice color blending look, and I'm so happy that I tried this color blending work in this project and it's looking absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. Now again I will be using my heat gun to dry this up. Whenever you're doing your decoupage and mixed media project, make sure that your first layer of color or any of the mediums that dries out really well. Now the fun part begins, and of course the complete video is a fun, but this is something which really excites me to add some nice extra drama to your project. Now here I have these bandage roll and I'm going to stick this on my panel, and I'm using my heat gun. On this complete process I will be using my heat gun to stick up everything. Now I am sticking this bandage on the top and the bottom on the back side of my frame. And if you see, I have taken up a very small piece of my bandage with me. Now I just wanted to have a nice curtain kind of effect to it. So I'm going to tie this bandage here and then we will do the sticking work. Now as I do the sticking work, I will be having my pictures. I will be having loads of embellishments. I will be trying and see that how exactly it looks and how is it going to work out, and that's how I'm going to decide what I'm going to have it. And whatever the embellishments I'm going to have in this project, either they are some of the ready-made flowers or otherwise the paper feathers or something which I have already done. The videos are there on my channel.
À deux doigts de nos lèvres, deux doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter, le bonheur à sculpter de son ciseau d'enfer, des souvenirs impossibles à effacer. Le bonheur est passé à deux doigts de nos lèvres, deux doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter, le bonheur à sculpter de son ciseau d'enfer, des souvenirs impossibles à effacer. Que j'ai presque pu le goûter. À deux doigts de nos lèvres, deux doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter, le bonheur à sculpter de son ciseau d'enfer, des souvenirs impossibles à effacer. Le bonheur est passé à deux doigts de nos lèvres, deux doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter, le bonheur à sculpter de son ciseau d'enfer, des souvenirs impossibles à effacer. Que j'ai presque pu le goûter. J'ai presque passé à deux doigts de nos lèvres, deux doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter, le bonheur à sculpter de son ciseau d'orfèvre, des souvenirs impossibles à effacer. Le bonheur est passé à deux doigts de nos lèvres, deux doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter, le bonheur à sculpter de son ciseau d'orfèvre, des souvenirs impossibles à effacer. Impossible à effacer, que j'ai presque pu le goûter. Impossible à effacer, impossible à effacer, que j'ai presque pu le goûter. Impossible à effacer, que j'ai presque pu le goûter. Impossible à effacer, que j'ai presque pu le goûter. Le bonheur est passé à deux doigts de nos lèvres, deux doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter, le bonheur à sculpter de son ciseau d'orfèvre, des souvenirs impossible à effacer. Le bonheur est passé à deux doigts de nos lèvres, deux doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter. Impossible à effacer, que j'ai presque pu le goûter. Impossible à effacer, impossible à effacer, que j'ai presque pu le goûter. Impossible à effacer, que j'ai presque pu le goûter. Impossible à effacer.
So here everything is done and I just need to add a little bit more of detailing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover up my photograph, and now I have just added some more water to my peach chalk paint, and I'm just doing some splash of colors, and this looks absolutely gorgeous. Now I just felt that my green color leaves were like literally popping out, so I'm adding some colors here and there just to make it a little more subtle when I'm doing my coloring. I have a yellow color shimmer spray, and I'm going to just add some drop of colors of yellow. Now my birds are yellow, so this is going to look really cool and really beautiful. So yes, with this friends, my project is done. I am sharing few more pictures at the end so that you can see all the detailings really well. This is looking absolutely gorgeous, and I really hope that you all enjoyed this tutorial. If you guys have any query, please do comment below. I will be more than happy to help you all. Thank you so much for watching guys, and please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Take care. Bye bye.
Que j'ai presque pu le goûter. Impossible à effacer, le bonheur est passé à deux doigts de nos lèvres, deux doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter, le bonheur à sculpter de son ciseau d'orfèvre, des souvenirs impossibles à effacer. Le bonheur est passé à deux doigts de nos lèvres, deux doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter, le bonheur à sculpter de son ciseau